So recently, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about moving away from ChatGPT. Some of it has to do with new features coming out from other competitors such as Gemini, Claude, you name it. But some of it has to do with ethical conversations, political conversations happening around AI companies right now. Whatever your reason is, a lot of people are actually exploring other tools right now. And Claude is one of the most popular alternatives out there right now. If you go on LinkedIn, everybody's talking about Claude, right? But then everyone who tries to move faces one big problem. Because if you've been using ChatGPT for a while, you probably have a lot of valuable information sitting in there. And we are talking about things like your prompts, your research, conversations, your project notes, maybe even your entire workflows, everything you've done for your business or for your professional life, you've built over time inside ChatGPT. And so the last thing you want to do is lose all that just because you want to try out another AI tool. And you're not even guaranteed that like you're probably going to stick with this AI tool. So why lose your data? So in this tutorial, I'm focusing on how you can move your data from ChatGPT to Claude, but then I do understand that there's Gemini, there's Manus AI, there's so many other tools out there right now that you may be porting to. I decided to choose Claude because that's the popular tool out there right now. So let's get right into it. So in order to export your data from ChatGPT, this you can do even on the free version. So as you can see, what I have here is a free version. Your icon in here, and then you click on settings, and then you come down to data controls. So when you come down into the data controls, you're looking for this export data button, and then you just click on export. Okay, so once you click on export, it's gonna ask you to like verify your account, right? And then in here, it's asking you a few questions. So it's saying that your account details and chats will be included in the export. The data will be sent to your registered email in a downloadable file. The download link would expire 24 hours after you receive it, and processing may take some time. So you'll be notified when it's ready. So you to proceed, just click on confirm export. This exact ChatGPT instance I have here isn't really like my main ChatGPT instance, but when I first ran this export, it did take me 24 hours at least. So if this is where you have everything, then like it's gonna at least take 24 hours. So just have that at the back of your mind that when you click on the export button, like you're not going to receive the email immediately. The authentication and verification, everything happens immediately, but for you to get your data, it will take you like at least another day. So you just have to wait in case you haven't received it. So once you click on confirm export, this is an email you're going to get from ChatGPT. So they are going to send you an email saying that you recently requested a copy of your ChatGPT data. The data export is now ready. So then you click on this link to download the export. I believe this export link here is only valid for 24 hours. So after 24 hours, you're probably going to lose it. So once you receive the email, just make sure that you're clicking on the link immediately. Now, the export you receive would look something like this, right? So you'd have the zip file here. If you open the zip file, you'd see that it contains like my conversation. So these conversation.json file are basically all the test conversations you've had inside ChatGPT. If you've uploaded any images as well, you see them. These are like your user settings and everything. So this is basically like all the data that ChatGPT will send over to you, right? You can also see there's a chat.html file here. So there's a lot of things going on here right now that's like you can decide that okay, like maybe specifically there are certain things that you want to export. If there's, let's say, specific conversations you'd like to export, then you can open this inside like a text editor and then try to extract the exact conversations or the parts you want to export, right? But then if you don't really mind and you want to export everything, right? So I'm going to come into Claude here, and then in here you can basically upload the file. So you can upload a zip file. So I'm just going to upload a zip file in here. And you can decide to prompt it or not prompt it. If I don't prompt it, Claude is going to ask me like, what do you want me to do with this file, right? I'm going to come in here and I'm going to click on enter, and let's see what we get. Okay, so Claude, as you can see, Claude is sort of examining the uploaded zip file I have in here. So it's saying that the user prompt is empty, so there's no primary language to match. However, based on the thinking, it's basically going through everything in this file, which is really good.
A few moments later.
Okay, so you can see that it's been able to go through the file, the folder I uploaded, and it's saying that it looks like you have uploaded your GPT data export, and it's telling me all the conversations I have in here, right? So this is good. It's saying that, what do I want to do, right? Something else, and maybe I'll say that give me like the HTML viewer, like version of this, right? So that we can have like an HTML view of this, and then we can click around and see what's in there. I would also show you a much better way to also organize this, just because this data is coming from ChatGPT. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so we have our HTML viewer here. So this is great, right? Because it's really giving us like a view to this. So all these are the conversations I've had with ChatGPT. So you can see this was a prompt I entered to ChatGPT. This is the response I got from ChatGPT. So having it in an HTML view like this is really good, because then like you can actually see the conversations you've had with ChatGPT, and that's good. So this one is like basically giving us everything. If there's more things you want to view, right? Like it's giving us the dates, it's giving us the conversations and everything that happened during that conversation. Like if there's more things you want to do, like if you want to include like the images and everything, like you can also prompt Claude to do that as well. Now, another thing I want to mention is like for best practice, what I would actually recommend is that you rather create a project for it. So you can come into projects here and then you click on new projects and you just house all the old conversations you've had with ChatGPT in here, so that maybe instead of having like an HTML view, you can always come back and query it. So maybe you can say, summarize my conversations, things like that. But then because it's in a project, like you can always refer back to it. Like once you come into the project, you can always add a file, you can add instructions, you can just import the file here. And then what happens is that like this file lives within this project. And then it means that you can always come back to this exact project and like query it, ask questions and stuff like that. But yeah, this is really like the first way to do it. Like I mentioned, I'll do another tutorial and I'll show you another way you can also do this as well. That is a lot more cleaner. It helps you like filter out like things you don't want to bring over to Claude, maybe for privacy reasons or any reasons best known to you. This is it for this tutorial. Most of the steps I generate them from additional.ai. So if you're looking to build something and you are sort of like interested in learning how to do it and not just like going to like a vibe coding app and asking it to do it for you, and you actually want to learn the steps, understand it, then you can basically sign up for additional.ai. For the month of March, if you sign up for additional.ai, I'm going to upgrade your account to the pro version so that you don't have to pay for the pro version. Check it out. It's really cool. Also, I recently released a course on LinkedIn Learning on Claude Code, like how to build like a full stack application without having to write a single line of code using Claude Code. So if you're interested in that as well, I'm going to leave the link to that as well in the comment section somewhere on the screen. But otherwise, I also do have lots of tutorials on N8 and vibe coding, you name it. So if you're interested in any of that as well, then I'm going to leave those videos on the screen so that you can go check them out. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.